convert the hard copy to soft copy. In the same way, printers are used to convert the soft copy to hard copy, because always it has to apply the force and it has to use force every time to get the character, because when heated pen move to nearest to the heat sensitive paper, by that images are producing here. That's why the quality is also not so good here. Welcome back to one and all. Myself, Vasanta, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram, Pre-University College, Temple of Excellence, Mysore. Today, we will start with the third session of Input-Output Memory Devices. Whereas in the previous class, you have studied regarding what do you mean by OMR, that is Optical Mark Reader, where we are using, how exactly it will work. Then OCR, that is Optical Character Reader, where we are using, how exactly it will work. MICR, that is Magnetic Ink Character Reader, the working of MICR as well as where we are using that. With that, barcode reader, especially it is used in malls and all, monitors, whereas monitor acts both input device as well as output device. Whereas in today's class, you will come to know regarding the output device, under that printers, plotters as well as speakers. Printers, plotters, speakers. Whereas monitor comes under both input as well as output device. Whereas on today's class, you will come to know regarding the output devices. First of all, what do you mean by output device? The output, by using that output device, we can able to get the information from the computer. I told you we are getting information from the computer, but whereas input device helps to take the data from the user. Consider this is your computer. On this computer, we are sending the data. Is it? No, we are sending the data. Here this is considered CPU. Here we are sending the data. This is input unit. Here this is output unit. Output unit. Here with the help of input device, the user can able to send the data here. After processing the result, we are getting with the help of output device. The result is nothing but here information. Information we can able to get from the system with the help of this output unit or output devices. It acts like a mediator between computer and user. Whereas input unit acts like a mediator between user and computer, whereas output unit also acts like a mediator between computer and user. The device that display output to the user is called output device. When the data and instruction are fed into the computer and processed, the next step is get desired output. Whichever way the user want, on that way the user can able to get the information. For example, some user want the information has to be displayed in table format, on that way it will produce us. Some user want the information has to be displayed in paragraph format, on that way also it will produce us. Some users want the data has to be displayed in graph format, on that way also it will produce us. It means that whichever way the user want, on that way it will generate the result. This output may be displayed on the monitor. Output may be displayed on the monitor. If I want, I can able to take a printout of that. That printout helps to get the data, especially in hard copy. The output displayed on the monitor is called as soft copy output. Then what do you mean by this soft copy as well as hard copy? Hard copy means helps to display the data, especially in hard copy. The data will contain a sheet of paper, then it can be called as hard copy. If the data is present in the monitor, then it can be called as soft copy. Now is it clear? Whereas output device helps to get hard copy as well as soft copy. Whereas we are using some devices, by that I can able to convert hard copy to soft copy. In the same way, soft copy to hard copy. Whereas scanner is used to convert the hard copy to soft copy. In the same way, printers are used to convert the soft copy to hard copy. And when they come on output devices, monitor, printers, microfilms, plotters, multimedia projector, these are the few output devices we are getting. Now one by one we'll discuss. The first one we'll discuss regarding printer. What is the use of this printer? This printer helps to display the data in a sheet of paper. It means that we can convert the soft copy to hard copy here. Printer is an output device that print text images on a paper. In a sheet of paper, we can able to get all the information which is present in soft copy format to hard copy format. By printing, you can create hard copy of data. By using printer, I can able to get hard copy of the same data. When they come on the different types of printers, there are two types of printer. One is impact printer and one more is non-impact printer. Printer is an output device, helps to get the hard copy. That's all. The major points are to remember. But when they come on types of printer, the first one is impact printer and the second one is non-impact printer. Then what do you mean by this impact as well as non-impact? One by one I will explain. When they come on printer, there are two types, impact and one more is non-impact. Under impact, we have line printer, dot matrix printer. But when they come on non-impact printer, thermal printer, laser printer, inkjet printer. Now, one by one we will explain you. First, we will explain regarding impact printer. What is the use of this impact printer? What are the major characteristics of impact printer? That we will explain now. Whereas impact printer, these are a mechanical contact between print head and paper while printing. Just think it over regarding typewriter. There, we are going to keep the sheet of paper. Above that, we will have the hammer-like mechanism. Each and every character will press on that. By that, the images will produce us. It means that in impact printer, we will get the output, but hammer-like mechanism we required. We have to apply the force there. With that, the quality of printout is very less here. Quality wise also, it is very less. And with that, different colors we cannot able to print here. Whichever ink ribbon we are used, only that color of printout we can get. For example, if I use a black color, then only black color printout I can get. If I use a blue color, only blue color printout I can get. If I use a red color, only red color printout I can able to get here. That means different colors is not possible here. Hammer-like mechanism here we are using. We have to apply force. Already I told you different colors is not possible. Then with that we have to apply force and as well as quality is also not so good. Quality is also not so good. With that we are not able to give different font style also. Different styles. For example, one I want to display in italic style, one I want to display in bold style, like that. Different style is not possible in impact printer. You have to remember minimum 5 points on this characteristics of impact printer. One you can remember regarding the quality, hammer-like mechanism, we have to apply force, different colors is not possible, different font is not possible, and here the quality is also very less, and it includes all printers that work by striking on ink ribbon. Compulsory, we have one sheet here. On that sheet, the hammer-like mechanism will be there. By that, each and every character will display there. That is, here we have ink ribbon. On that ink ribbon, above that ink ribbon, the hammer-like mechanism force will be applied. Below that ink ribbon, we are going to keep the sheet. By that, the images are produced here. Line printer and dot matrix printer are the example. If I want, I can give one more example for impact printer, that is daisy wheel printer. When they come on the example for impact, dot matrix printer, line printer as well as daisy wheel printer is also there. Whereas here the main characteristics, because in the exam you may want to get the question, explain the characteristics of impact printer. or explain the characteristics of non-impact printer. When they come on characteristics, different colors is not possible. Whichever ink ribbon we are using, only that color we can get. Different fonts are not possible. And with that, it is very noisy, because always it has to apply the force and it has to use force every time to get the character. And by that, we are going to get so much of noise here. It is noisy. Font color is different. Font color is not possible. Different style is also not possible. Color is also not possible. Quality is also not so good. And if I want, I can take multiple copies also here. One below the another. If I'm going to keep the paper, then I can get multiple copies also. And here, the quality is also very less. But when you come on price, the price wise, it is very cheap here. And maintenance cost also is very less. Because if I'm going to use only one ink ribbon, then I can take lot of printout, is it no? It means that the cost of ink ribbon is very less. It will work for long period of time. That's why the cost as well as maintenance is very less in impact printer. Now one by one we'll discuss under impact printer. The first one we will discuss about dot matrix printer. The name itself suggesting dot matrix. What do you mean by this dot matrix? The name itself suggesting all the characters will display in the format of character, especially in the format of dots. For example, if I want to display A, then first it will take first dot, second dot, third dot, fourth, fifth, one by one. All the characters will display in the format of dots only in dot matrix printer. Each pin makes a dot, especially here it makes in the format of dots only. Each pin makes a dot and combination of dots forms characters. Combination of dots makes character and illustrations. These printers have lower quality of typing. Low quality here we are getting, but are very faster in the range of 50 to 300 characters per second it can print. Compared to non-impact printer, it is slow. But when they come on here, it can print around 50 to 300 characters per second it can able to print. They are less expensive and they are very flexible also. It is very flexible. Expensive wise also it is very less. Next we'll discuss about line printer. The name itself suggesting line printer. It means that it will print entire line at a time. Whereas in dot matrix, if I want, I can display graphics also. That means I can able to display pictures also by using dots only. Whereas in line printer, I cannot able to print any graphic. Pictures I cannot able to print. But that it will print the entire line at a time. In dot matrix, in dot format it will print. Whereas in line printer, entire line at a time it will print. The line printers are high-speed printer capable of printing an entire line at a time. It will print entire line at a time. With that, the quality is also very less here. It is also very noisy. Different colors is not possible. Different fonts are not possible. Quality is very less. But maintenance is also very easy here. Line printer can print 150 lines to 3000 lines per minute it can print. Compared to dot matrix printer, line printers are fast. Because in dot matrix printer, each character must and should be developed by using dots only. Whereas here, it can print entire line at a time. That's why the speed is fast compared to dot matrix printer. The limitation of line printers are they can print only one font. They cannot print different graphics also. Only one font it can print. Only one color it can print. Different colors is not possible here. As well as pictures cannot be print here. The print quality is low and they are noisy. Print quality is also very less and it is very noisy. It can print large volume of text, data very fast compared to dot matrix printer. Already I told you, in format of dots it will print. Graphics also I can print, but in dot format, different colors is not possible, different fonts is not possible. Whereas here, entire line of data it can print, but pictures is not possible, different color is not possible, different style is also not possible. Next, we will discuss about non-impact printer. What do you mean by this non-impact? Here, there is no physical contact directly between the printer as well as paper. By that also we can able to print. Here non-impact printer does not use striking mechanism, striking device format, it will not work. And the ink or semi-solid ink is stored in the printer as well as on the cartridge. By that the images we can able to print. Whereas when they come on the characteristics of non-impact printer, we are not using hammer-like mechanism. Different colors is possible here as well as different style is possible here. Whichever picture we want, that many pictures we can able to print, and speed wise also it is very fast. With a few seconds I can print huge amount of data here. Whereas here we need the cartridge also. Whereas in impact printer we need only ink ribbon, whereas here we need the ink cartridge to display the data. It must faster and it can print color, different font as well as different size also possible. And here we are not applying lot of force here. Whereas on impact printer we have to apply lot of force. These printers produces high quality graphics. We can get good quality here. Example, inkjet printer, laser printer as well as thermal printers are the example for non-impact printer. Whereas for impact printer, line printer, dot matrix. Line printer means entire line, dot matrix in the format of dots it will print. Whereas under non-impact printer does not use striking device. Without applying force also it can able to display the data. Next one, thermal printer. When they come on impact printer, there are several types under the thermal, inkjet as well as laser printer. Now we'll discuss about thermal printers. What do you mean by this thermal printer? In this thermal printer, they are using heat sensitive paper. They are using heat sensitive paper. When heated pin, consider this is a heated pin, when it moved to the near to the heat sensitive paper, by that the images are produced there. When heated pin move to the near, especially to the heat sensitive paper, by that we are going to get the images. Thermal printer. And the thermal printers are printed that produces images by pulling electrically heated pins against specially heat sensitive papers. And they are inexpensive and it is widely used in fax machines. And it also produces poor quality also. The quality is also not so good here, because when heated pen move to the nearest to the heat sensitive paper, by that images are producing here. That's why the quality is also not so good here. Next we'll discuss about laser printer. What do you mean by this laser printer? The name itself suggesting that it uses laser beams to produce the images. The laser printer uses laser beams and dry powdered ink to produce a fine dot matrix pattern. And here it can produce very good quality of graphics as well as images. Different graphic is possible, different types of images we can able to give, different font we can able to give, different colors also is possible here. But when they come on impact printer, there we are not going to get any colors there. Whichever ink ribbon we are using, only that color printout we can get. Whereas in laser printer, print one entire page at a time, and they are typically faster and have better quality output also. The quality is very good, but maintenance cost is more here. Every time we have to refill the cartridge, then only we can get the printout. Then the available resolution ranges from 300 dots per inch at a low end and around 1200 dot per inch at the higher end we'll get in laser printer. Now is it clear? Next one we'll discuss about inkjet printer. In inkjet printer works by spraying electrically charged inks on the paper. By that we can able to get the images. Especially it spray ionized ink at a sheet of paper. By that images are produced here. Magnetized plates in the ink path direct the ink onto the paper in the described shapes. Whichever shape we want, on that shape we can get here. It prints one line at a time. Print quality is high. Speed is also high. Typically about 100 characters per second we can get here. This is a higher quality. And here we can get good quality. Different colors is possible. Different style is possible. And quality is also very good. We can take more number of copies. And speed wise also it is very fast. It means that when they come on printer, two types, impact and non-impact. Impact means hammer like mechanism will work. Whereas under non-impact printer, we does not have any hammer like mechanism. And here in impact, dot matrix as well as line printer. Whereas non-impact printer, there we are going to get the laser printer, thermal printer as well as inkjet printer. Next we'll discuss about plotters. What do you mean by this plotters? Why we require this plotter? This plotter is same as your printer only, but here these plotters are mainly used to print the data in larger size, especially for engineering drawings and all. There we are required this plotters. Here we can get different colors, different styles, different types of lines, everything, whichever direction we want. On that way we can able to print here. Plotters is an output device that draw shapes on the paper based on command from a computer, and multicolor plotters are different colored pens and drawings. Different colors are used here. Plotters are more expensive than printer. They are used in engineering drawing applications. Mainly these plotters are used. Printers as well as plotters will be same way. But in plotters, this is especially used to display the data in a larger sheet with all angles, everything, exact point when you want. On that time we are using this plotters. The next one is speaker. Whereas when they come on speaker, speaker is an output device. Speaker is an output device. The sound signal from analog or digital are converted to audible frequency in the speakers and produces voice output. It produces voice output. And here using speaker along with speech synthesizers software, the computer can provide voice output here. And voice output has become very common in many places like airlines, banks, automatic telephone inquiry systems, etc. Where exactly the speakers are nowadays are using? In all areas like railway station, bus station. If I want to book any items in bank, there we are using these speakers to display the voice, and that is in larger size. I can able to display here. User can also hear music, songs using the voice output system. It means that in this today's class, you have studied regarding printers. Under that, impact printer, non-impact printer, hammer-like mechanism, line printer, dot matrix printer. Whereas here, we are not applying any force here. Thermal, laser, inkjet printer. Impact means here we have to apply force. Different colors is not possible, different style is not possible. When they come on impact, once again dot matrix in the format of dot, here it will display. Line printer, entire line at a time we can able to display here. Non-impact printer, under that we are going to get different colors, styles, designs we can able to get, whether the quality is also very good. Thermal printer, here they are using heat sensitive paper to print the data, whereas laser printer, it uses laser beams to print the data, whereas inkjet printer, it uses electrically charged inks in a sheet of paper. By that the images are produced. Plotters, here also it acts like your printer only, but this is especially used in engineering drawing purpose. Whereas the next one is speaker, helps to get the voice output. It will convert or analog as well as digital signals to audible format, and then we can get proper output here. Now is it clear? Then in the next class, you will come to know regarding what do you mean by memory, which are the types of memory, that is primary memory, secondary memory. Under primary memory, RAM, ROM, that is random access memory, read-only memory. Then with that, the classification of RAM as well as ROM. Then when they come on secondary memory, hard disk, floppy disk, pen drive, how exactly here it restores the data, how the data can be extracted, the capacity, everything you will come to know in the next session. Thank you for all of you.